Hello, I'm Manny Gonzales, and I'm speaking of stress. And I'm outdoors, it's summertime, and it's just so wonderful outdoors that I encourage you, get out, find a lake, find a nice sunny place, a little shade, blue skies, and maybe a little fountain, and a little privacy. This is a wonderful place I find myself in, and I'm so happy to be here to share some things with you. And as you know, again, Manny Gonzales, speaking of stress. And guess what? If you are here or a place like this, your stress will definitely be minimized. So I encourage you to consider what is it that will minimize your stress. And it begins with being outdoors. Nothing better than to enjoy nature, what God has provided for us. And I thank the good Lord every single day when I wake up for good health, for the outdoors, for so many beautiful things around us. And as we look around us, which is really important, be aware of what's happening around you. Don't live in a fantasy land of that TV news, the media, so much that is said out there by so many people that is not necessarily true or correct or right on. So one thing I've done, which took me a while to do, but I was able to turn the news off, stop listening to the media. Not all the time though, maybe every now and then. Social media, you get a little news, people talk about things. You don't want to be totally ignorant and hide your head in the sand, but you don't want to live according to what people say or think. You want to live according to what's around you, what's reality. Listen to me, listen to your heart, your mind, your spirit. What is reality? Reality is things that we have to deal with on a regular basis. And too many people, again, live in this fantasy world of, I heard someone say this, the news said that. This is what they're doing in a certain area. Doesn't matter. What is important is, where is your reality right now? What are you doing right now? Are you getting up in the morning feeling miserable? Are you maybe drinking a little too much? Smoking a little too much? Gossiping a little too much? Maybe you're cheating, maybe you're lying, maybe you're stealing. I don't know. Nobody's perfect. We all have our flaws. However, it's so important to balance your life. Balance it. Get up in the morning and thank the good Lord. Say, hey, I'm happy to be alive. And you may have an illness, you may have a sickness, which may limit and prevent you from doing things you want to do. However, there's still things you can do. And really, my advice to you is preventive medicine, preventive maintenance. Take care of things before they get worse. For example, you've heard me say it before, and if you look around you, the biggest problem we have is obesity, being overweight, eating too much, being inactive, which results in diabetes and high blood. What does that lead to? Heart problems and cancer. So, if you want to avoid getting to the place where so many people get to, and you see them every day, look around you. It's funny, we were in church recently, and we see all these huge people, I mean absolutely overweight, obese. And guess what? Their life will be shortened, their problems will increase, they will be miserable, and we see it all the time. We know people around us that are bedbound, that are sitting around watching TV, that got aches and pains everywhere because they sit around and do absolutely nothing other than eat and talk about things that aren't important. So I encourage you, it's so important, be active. Do something that's going to make you feel good. Do something that's going to make you feel healthy. Along with that, of course, you got to cut back on sugars and salts and flour, the three white poisons. But what's important is balance your life. Try to make things a little better for yourself by looking at your reality right now. The reality of life is that we're all going in the same direction, some before others. And you do hear about accidents, you hear about illnesses, you hear about violence where people are losing their life needlessly and horribly. It's so terrible, it's so horrible when you see and hear and know of people whose life has been shortened because of something stupid they did or something stupid somebody did. So that let's take control of our lives, live in reality in today. What's going around you today? What's happening around you today? Do you need to watch your diet? Do you need to be a little more active? Do you need to say a few more prayers? That never hurts. Balance is so important. So I encourage you with my 3 keys to survive that mental meltdown, because everybody's stressed out. Some people are, unfortunately you hear it, committing suicide. Some people are drinking too much, and of course the overeating, which we spoke about. So balance your life and think right now, what is it I can do to make my life better, to avoid problems down the road? So that with my 3 keys, which I believe, and I've worked and studied quite a bit, that will assist you, will be an anchor for you in life to keep in mind. And number 1, my first key to survive that mental meltdown is be thankful to the good Lord above. Appreciate what you have. And of course, number 2 is laugh. And that attitude of gratitude. I thank you for listening. I thank the good Lord I'm healthy. I thank my wife for being there. I thank for family members to being concerned about me. I thank God for friends. I thank people everywhere I go for being nice, being gentle, and kind. Because you know what? There's a whole lot of stinkers all around here, all around us. And we need to avoid those kind of people. But we need to be on our best behavior always. And when we goof up, ask forgiveness. Absolutely nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm sorry, forgive me. Nobody's perfect. So that as we go through life and we think about that, and as you think, how can you be more active? And you know one thing I did recently? I learned a little bit of yoga. So that I encourage you to do your yoga, do your stretching, do your exercises, and you'll feel better. Thank you for listening. God bless you. I'm Manny Gonzales. I'm speaking of stress, enjoying this stress-free environment, sharing with you what works for me, what I know will work for you, and always thanking the good Lord, laughing, it's important, and being thankful. And as we do that and stay in shape by exercising, I like to run a little bit, so that thank you so much. Enjoy my video. Share with people some of what you've learned as we have spoken. God bless you. Love you guys. Adios.